Well, Somebody yard getting cut.
I do a marathon running, be competitors to death. I got 1,000 rounds drawn, boy, I wear it like a belt. I got 1,000 handguns, Rambo wouldn't touch. I got 1 million payroll, killers headed to Kentucky. I drive safe.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Silas. Quiet Gang, what's good? Let's go!
Catch up on the mission. Hey, boy, she think it's Hines 57, catch up in the kitchen. But just the one.
Okay, I'm reloading.
Make sure you don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get it.
Yeah. What's good with it, clap that guy? What's good with it, quiet guy? No, we up in this time, man. We gotta get that time, man. Everybody up, man. You done took your nutrition, you done took your vitamins, your vegetables. Man, is you here? Is you pumping? Is you doing what you're supposed to be doing, man? Look, man, we too legit to quit. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't here, we ain't playing, man. Yeah. Man, we got stories to get into today, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. We got football players, man. I think it's just all about football players this week, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just all kinds of bad news, bro. You know, I don't know what it is about that football field. I don't know what it is about practicing. Maybe it's just football season just not really just hitting like it's supposed to right now. You know, give me everybody straight behind. Look, I don't know what it is. It's just like I said, it seems like bad karma. It's tackling football. You know what I'm saying? Literally, man. And we got to get into it. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, man, I'm going to go and let y'all check out what my boy Snoop Dogg got to say. Snoop Dogg, speak to these folk, man.
Welcome to the Clapback Show. I'm the one and only Big Silence, and this is the original Clapback Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and the rest will amaze you beyond.
Yeah. I can tag all of y'all. Let me see. Did my gunshot go out? Let me see my gun.
Welcome to the Clapback Show. I'm the one.
My gunshot supposed to be going out. Oh, it did. Yeah. Did y'all hear my gunshot? Supposed to hear my gunshot. I don't know. We ain't gonna worry about that. Because I know y'all heard it. But guess what? It's time to let's get on into this stuff, man. Let's go and talk about it. I got my magic wand. Just in case I gotta see. I don't even need my magic wand no more now, man, because we got the what? We got the red arrow now, man. We ain't even playing with them, man. Oh, what we got? We got that red arrow, man. Let me see that red arrow. Now my arrow invisible. I don't want y'all to see my arrow. Let me pull my arrow out. Let me stop hiding my. No. Are you sure you wish? No. I'm trying to pull my arrow out. I hit the wrong button. Let me pull my arrow out. Then we're gonna get into these stories, man. I want y'all to see my arrow right quick. First off, let me get rid of all my. Hold on. Let me pop into my settings right quick. Let me see. Hide. Overflow. Nope. Let's see where you at. Enable. Y'all give me about 3 seconds. Matter of fact, I tell y'all what. Nah, I ain't gonna commercial y'all. Hold on. Open. Where's you at, dog? Cursor, click the switch. I don't see it. Say projector, show. Hide cursor over projector. Man, let me get that out the way. So yeah. And y'all can see my cursor. Tips. I gotta get my coffee in before I get on to this news. Let's get on in this news, man. We ain't wasting no more time. Y'all see it? Still can't see my arrow. We ain't gonna worry about it. Come on, that's that man ain't supposed to see it. Why can't I see my arrow? I want to see my arrow, man. You don't see my arrow, man. What's good, clapback gang? Hold on, let me speak to all my folks, man. Good. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? Let's get into these stores, man. Hold on. First, before we get into these stores, we always gotta tap. We always gotta tap. You gotta get rid of all that. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go and get into the store. And y'all can see me, man, as a baby, man. As y'all can see, even then, when I was a baby, I was a king. So we ain't playing. Let's go and get into the store. All right? Yeah. All right. Who we gonna talk about first? Man, the biggest store right now is the two kids, man, that had an altercation, man. We have the young black male, man, you know what I'm saying? Had an encounter with a young white male. You know what I'm saying? The young black male, his name is Karmelo Anthony. Coincidentally, like the basketball player. Coincidentally, but it's not the same guy. So no, let's not get that. See my arrow still? I can see it. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see my arrow? My red arrow. I can see it, but I can't. It look like y'all can't see it. Let me make sure my arrow ain't here, because I want y'all to see my arrow. I really want my arrow to show. It's got 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 to show. Let's see. No, we ain't hide. We ain't hide now. Show a circle on the screen while I touch it. Make the circle darker and larger. Guess I could do that. Mouse, one speed, text, touchpad. Make sure we're showing y'all. Scroll time. Speed. Precision. That's on. So it's not showing that it's not high. Come on, y'all. All right, let's get into the store. I ain't worried about that no more. All right. Who we gonna talk about first? Who we gonna talk about first? Let's go and line it out. Okay. Karmelo Anthony, man. We trying to find out what's going on with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently there's a lot of stories flying out right now. You know, this story, they say, you know, they knew each other. Some people saying they didn't know each other. And we don't know. Nobody knows when the nose goes and the nose goes. Y'all know how they go. But guess what we're going to do over here? We're going to get into all of it, man. We got to get into another. It's a whole nother football player. He ended up going on a high-speed chase and throwing his life away. He got to get into why he did that. Yes, sir. We got stories, man. We got to get into it. We got football players crashing out, man, throwing their life away. We got other football players bringing weapons, you know what I'm saying, and deciding to take out their altercations, you know, in a grown person's way, man, just making all the wrong decisions, man. Man, that ain't what you want to be doing, man. That ain't what you want to be doing. No, man. And then we ain't talking about adult NFL players, y'all. All these stories that's going on is with kids, just now starting their life, football players, youngsters. You understand what I'm saying? Youngsters, man. People they ain't even kicked off, man, that ain't cool. What do I want to start? Oh my God, man, it's crazy. Let's go and get into it. Then we're gonna get it to 50 Cent, Ja Rule, still feuding. After 100 years later, they still finding the time to feud. Of course, that'll be somewhere at the very last. We ain't too interested in that. But now what we get into the story of Austin Metcalf and Anthony Karmelo. Austin being the white kid, Anthony being the black kid.
A junior at the
and what you are about to see
is Texas was killed at a track meet. Police said a student from Centennial High.
Okay, and one thing you're about to find out is the white kid, Austin Metcalf, was basically it was a football, some kind of a track meet, not a football. Let me stress that. I haven't changed it. It's not football players. This is a track meet. This is a track meet right here. And the next story is a football player. These are track meet members. And by Austin Metcalf was stabbed by Karmelo Anthony, which is the black kid. And Austin's brother was there. I think he's seen part where he's claiming he's there, but there's rumors out saying that his brother wasn't. There's rumors out saying that his brother actually wasn't there, and that his father and his brother pretty much, you know, adding in and making up things to try to make the demise party look good. I mean, make his character look better than the suspect that, you know, that caused it. So they're trying to make Karmelo Anthony look like this real bad kid, this kid that really was just into nothing but. And I got clips out on that, on what Karmelo Anthony character really was. We got a couple of students that, you know, spoke on him, so we're not gonna leave nothing here over here. This is a clapback show. We're gonna anything that's true and that's facts. If this how you was, it's gonna be on here. I'm not gonna cover up, I'm not gonna make nobody look good. The bad guy was a bad guy, he was a bad guy. If the good guy was a bad guy, he was a bad guy. I'm gonna expose it all, man. It's just what it is, man. I'm gonna pull out all the secrets, whatever they got here, whatever they got going on. But let's go and get into the story, man.
High school in Frisco, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony stabbed.
Whoa, what you got? Hold, what you got? Make sure I'm lined up over there. Get my mic off. Let me get my mic. Where my mic? Okay.
Metcalf in the chest during a fight. Anthony was arrested, now charged with first-degree murder, and is being held in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. Our Fox 4 Dallas team has been covering all of the information here. Alex Boyer has the latest.
In that 7-page arrest warrant affidavit, several witnesses, including Metcalf's twin brother, describe how that deadly encounter went down. It also revealed that the suspect reportedly admitted to a Frisco police officer that he stabbed. Pain.
My bad, y'all. I thought my mic was on. So basically, like I said, this is the mom, this is the brother. They finna basically give the characters, characteristics of Austin Metcalf. They're gonna try to make him basically look like he was this innocent kid that would never harm or fly anything, and they're gonna try to make the suspect, Karmelo Anthony, look like this very bad kid that just came and snuffed her son and his brother out. And of course they're gonna do their job. All parents gonna be like that. You know, you're not gonna ever say really how your kids was. You're not gonna say if they was really, this kind that kind of one. Anytime you get on the news, you're in front of the world, you're gonna speak good of your child. So we can't really get the truth on what kind of character he was, based off his mother and his brother. We need opinions from people, neutral people on the outside looking in. So this always looks fishy. But let's get on back to it.
In a statement released by the Metcalf family this afternoon, they say their focus is now on laying Austin to rest. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Anthony remains in the Collin County Jail on a $1 million bond. Alex Boyer, Fox 4 News.
Alex, thank you so much. Now, our Fox 4 Dallas team, as I mentioned, has been covering all of this from the get-go. They had a one-on-one conversation with Austin's father.
Well, it started with a call from his football coach, who was not at the track meet, and said, I think Austin has been stabbed.
No. Hold on. Oh,
And I said,
yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with this right here, man. I don't agree with this part right here. I mean, like I said, this now the father is talking about he came in encounter with the kid, and the kid talking about I'm mellow, like trying to make him sound all like he was hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the way this going. I don't like the way this going with the demise kid's dad. I think I see what he's doing, but when he's saying he there, you know, it's three sides to every story, man. So we don't really know. It's three sides to every story, though, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get back into whatever else he's. Well, let's get into I guess it's another clip that I want to show. But like I said, I'm just giving a point of view from the demise kids family, their opinion, and then of course, you know, I'm finna get the opinion of the suspects and his family, what they got to say. But they ain't really going for it. They kind of just feel like, yeah, it's just, you know how I go, man. When somebody black and somebody white involved, man, you know how they go. So, just trying to make sure I get everything out of this. You see. So, shout out to my guy, Cinema Shogun. He finna break it down to y'all with all the weird stuff that's going on between the store. He's gonna let you know that there's some clips coming out. There's some lies told on both the kids, and there's some truth told on both the kids. But it's definitely some lies told, and it could be good and it could be bad. I'm gonna let him break it down to y'all and explain to y'all. Like I said, this blew my mind when I got this info right here. I can't believe this myself.
A Cash App or a Super Thanks. It's always greatly appreciated. But anyways, I want to go ahead and dive into this little clip because I think this clip is more important.
Hold on, y'all.
Because usually a methed out country rapper spreads upon thousands upon information out there that would suggest that at all. And the scary part is that these tactics are working. You can look online. Some of you might not see it because a lot of you are subscribed to channels like mine and others that will bring you the facts. But most people aren't like that, okay? Most people aren't getting the facts from people like me and maybe some of the other people you watch to get the facts from. Most people are just following up with the lies that are spread online. And the scary part is that the truth in this case, the actual details in this case, have taken the back seat. And the lies and the misinformation, they're in the front. They're the ones that are driving this story now. The lies and misinformation, they're in the front seat driving the stories, as the truth is somewhere in the back, hard to find. Somewhere, you know, lost in the trunk or something like that. I mean, for example, you can go online and there's more people spreading the fake autopsy report of Austin Metcalf than there are people spreading the actual arrest report of Karmelo Anthony. And the people discussing this case, it's almost like you don't get to have a conversation surrounding the actual details, because anytime you spend covering this case, you have to spend it shutting down and shooting down a lot of the lies and misinformation. So this whole the Austin Metcalf about the real stuff.
All he's saying is, just like what I had been saying the whole time, people just pretty much, man, taking the story just because it's a black kid and it's a white kid, and you're gonna have, you're gonna have the most common narratives spin off of it. And you know what those narratives is. I don't have to break it down to you. I don't have to tell you, man. They're gonna make it like, oh, this is some racist, man. And you know, the kid, black kid, stabbed the white kid because he called him an N-word and all this and that. That's kind of where this is kind of spinning. On top of the fact that the white kid's parents is pretty much trying to make him look like just this saint of a kid, which I'm pretty sure he probably wasn't a problem child. I'm not saying he was a problem child, but you know, kids is kids, man. And then there's rumors coming out that they knew each other, and that only adds suspense. That only adds kind of like, almost like, if you want to believe that they were that it's some racism going on, that kind of adds suspense to that. It's like, oh, they already didn't know each other. And one of them was black, one of them was white. They probably, was calling each other names and all this and that. And the black kid just had enough and decided to bring his weapon to school. That's how they're gonna try to paint the picture. But to me, I think it's just a simple, basic incident that happened. One kid did another thing to another kid. It's just simple as that. He shouldn't have never had a weapon. But let's get further into what my guy talking about, man.
Real details are getting lost in the sauce. The real details are getting buried. As fake posts are dominating social media and are spreading rapidly like a wildfire, real information, real reports, real interviews, all of that stuff is being actively buried. I mean, it's bad when even the spokesman for Karmelo Anthony's family, who I think is a real scumbag, by the way, but that's a conversation for another day. But even the spokesman for Karmelo Anthony's family had to come out and shut down some of the lies that were being spread about Austin Metcalf. The lies about Austin Metcalf bullying Karmelo. The lies about them going to parties and Austin breaking his phone and hitting on his girlfriend and all of those other crazy lies. Even Karmelo Anthony's family had to shut down those lies. But it's bad when half the community is like, we don't care what Karmelo Anthony's family says. We're still going to spread the lies anyway. So most of the people who are still spreading this false information, they are doing it actively knowing that even Karmelo Anthony's family was like, hey, this isn't true. But they don't care that it isn't true. They don't care that it isn't true at all. They are on a mission. The mission is to demonize Austin Metcalf in whatever way possible. But as these fake posts and stuff keep going viral, you want to know what's not going viral? This little clip that you're about to watch. This little clip has almost the Austin Metcalf case is truly and hitting on his at all. They are on a mission. The mission clip, and it's so short, but it says so much. And I feel like it's insane that we're watching fake autopsy reports, fake police reports, fake Instagram accounts. We're watching all of this go viral when we have what I think is a major piece of information in this case sitting right here in this news clip, but not many people are talking about it. I've seen it played a couple of times, but it's not going viral. It's not the topic of discussion, but these are real details. I want to go ahead and roll this clip in just a second, but first, people often ask me, how can they support the channel? The answer to that question is very, very simple. You can support the channel for totally free by liking the video, sharing the video on social media.
Spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
Right now, so let's go ahead and roll the footage and then I'll be right back with more.
One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock because it's like, I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, like, but to take someone's life is just like a different level.
Now, I want you guys to ask yourself, and I'll be right back with more.
One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock because it's like I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, like, you know, but to take someone's life is just like a different level.
So basically, there was a student of the school that both the kids went to, and she was speaking about the suspect. She was speaking about the black kid, about Karmelo Anthony. She was saying she only known him from squabbling, you know what I'm saying, and doing stuff like that, which that would make his character look bad. It would make him look like, okay, he was already aggressive. He was waiting to do something like that. So that's not why the clip came out, but that would contribute to his character. And the facts is the facts. It is what it is. If she say he was that kind of kid, and of course she could have just man, one of the demise kids, friends, or family members could have, which I don't know how, could have got in contact with her and was like, hey, just make our son, make him look as good as you can make him look, try to make the other kid look bad. But I doubt if that happened, you know what I'm saying? Somebody just walk up and ask them, they're gonna automatically start giving their opinion on kid's personality, and they look like they were straight out the brain. Like she just automatically, yeah, that's what I know him of. He used to like picking squabbles and stuff. So that made Karmelo look bad. You know what I'm saying? If I just gotta be outright honest, that made him look like, you're not such a nice guy. I think they got his parents speaking out and saying something. I'm not, his father, somebody came out and said something. So, no, it's a spokesman. We're gonna find it. Or the person that's speaking for Karmelo Anthony. We're gonna find him. I just wanted to show that clip off of my guy's channel on him, on Karmelo Anthony, explaining his character. Like I said, I'm gonna find a clip of the actual people speaking for Karmelo. See if we can dig that up right quick. Y'all answer the door. Y'all answer the door. Yeah, ask who it is. It might be mama. Let's see. Bond reduced. Okay, so we got an update. Apparently his bond has been reduced.
For Karmelo Anthony will be facing off with Collin County prosecutors.
So I'm going live. So Karmelo Anthony has been reduced. The bond has been reduced. Apparently while I was going live, could have been hours before I was going live, the bond has been reduced. So we're gonna get into this clip and seeing what went down with that, and I'm pretty sure that made probably the family upset, or they might not be upset, because the father did say he's not holding any grudge against the suspect. He said, they're both kids. Most of the time it's YouTube and it's people that be looking for stories and looking for something to stir up. They be making up stuff like this. The parents don't really, it's not like vendetta against the parents, like somebody would expect. YouTubers will make that up. So we already heard the father speak. He already gave his opinion, and his opinion was that he's not upset at the kid that, took his son's life. But let's get into this clip and see what's going on with Karmelo's bond. This is the suspect that is in jail for taking the life of the kid. He's in jail right now. And apparently they gave him a bond. That's one thing, because I guess it was nobody knew he was gonna even get a bond. But apparently he got a bond, and he also got a hold on, y'all. I'm talking again, and I ain't cut my mic off. Cut my mic on. Oh, it is on. Okay, but yeah, let's go and get into it.
That's going to happen Monday morning in a courtroom. They hope to convince a judge that the 17-year-old who was accused of fatally stabbing another student during a track meet last week is entitled to a reduction of his current $1 million bond. Anthony's lawyers also visited the track where the stabbing happened today, and they did that, they tell us, to help prepare for the hearing. And only our J.D. Miles was there with them.
Attorneys Kim T. Cole and Billy Clark walked through Kirkendall Stadium Thursday gathering evidence and surveying what last Wednesday morning was a Frisco police crime scene. An altercation between two high school track athletes led to a stabbing that resulted in one dead and another charged with murder.
We just really want to get in our clients' shoes and see what the environment was like. I know it's a beautiful day today. It wasn't anything like it was on April 2nd, but we want to see what it was, what he was going through, just kind of get an idea of, what he saw, what it looked like.
Anthony's attorneys urge the public to avoid rushing to judgment and assuming their client is guilty.
We're still praying for the family, and we also want to ensure that justice is served equally. So that's what we're hoping for.
Anthony claims he stabbed Austin Metcalf in self-defense. His attorneys say their first priority is getting the 17-year-old, who's been in the Collin County Jail for more than a week, released on bond.
Our next big step is Monday, but he's doing as best as he can under the circumstances.
Part of what they hope will convince the judge to lower the bond is their client's young age and his lack of any previous criminal history. Meanwhile, the church which hosted a vigil for Austin Metcalf has had to curtail student activities because of online security threats. Both the victims and the suspects' families also report receiving online harassment and threats. In one case, a fake 911 call sent police to their home. In a statement to CBS News Texas, Frisco's police chief tells us online threats of violence towards any person, business, school, or church are criminal offenses and will be investigated. Making false statements to cause alarm or emergency response is criminal and will also be investigated. Those responsible could face a third-degree felony and punishment of up to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. It's reprehensible people who are committing such acts surrounding this tragedy. We are coordinating with World Fellowship related to the security of the upcoming service for Austin Metcalf. In Frisco, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Yeah, man. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's hold on. But what I'm
welcome back here to Live Net.
What I'm looking for is a statement from his folks, from his family. I hate this.
For Karmelo Anthony will be facing off with Collin County prosecutors. That's going to happen Monday morning in a courtroom. They hope to convince a judge that the 17-year-old who was accused of fatally stabbing another student.
Fuck out of here. Get out. Go. Get out. To be free, judges lower bail. So yeah, like I said, breaking news. Karmelo Anthony's bond has been reduced.
Major developments in the Karmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf story. The teen who is accused of first-degree murder is set to be freed after they have issued a huge bail reduction. He also lost his lawyer, so they're changing up his legal defense, which is very interesting. And apparently the police do have video of the encounter, which leads many to speculate. If there was actual video of this encounter and it was self-defense, they would have dropped that video footage ASAP. Now, I don't know if that's absolute, but I kind of lean towards that. Right now, you have a massive cultural divide on the issue of the Memorial Centennial High School stabbing incident with Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. On the right, overwhelmingly, they are saying this kid did it, it's first degree, it's premeditated, and he should get death, life, or the death penalty, life in prison, or 25 years to life. Now, the prosecutors have already stated he's 17 and they're charging him as a minor, so the death penalty and life in prison are off the table. On the other side, prominent liberals are arguing it was a clear-cut case of self-defense, not unlike Kyle Rittenhouse, when in fact it was quite a bit unlike Kyle Rittenhouse. However, still, we don't know the full details of the case, but I do have the police report. So I will give you the quick update And for those that are not familiar with the story, I'll read for you the responding police officer's statement as to what he gathered from witnesses and what we think we know thus far. For those that are not familiar with that story, you may have heard it a little bit. The story of the altercation under the tent at a high school track meet where one individual where Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the heart with a knife over being asked to leave the seating area. Now, of course, it's led to great contention, and I will say the important thing we can do first, give you the quick updates on his legal team, and before we get into the greater detail. Details on the video evidence and what may or may not be happening. I'll just give you the quick police report statement for the general idea of what police are claiming had happened based on witness testimony. The Daily Mail reports a teen who fatally stabbed a 17-year-old boy at a Texas track meet, had his $1 million bond reduced to $250,000. Anthony, 17, was in court as he faces a first-degree murder charge.
Basically, what I was just saying, y'all go subscribe to my guy, man. My auto, Tim Cass. This is his channel right here, y'all. This is his name. If y'all can look right down here at the bottom. I don't know why my arrow ain't showing. I had that fixed by my next live stream. Tim Cass. Go subscribe to his channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's bringing that info. He got that info that's going to put the story together right. Anybody that got that, I got to give him a shout out. Give my guy another cup, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go subscribe to my guy. Tim Cass. Easy. Just as how it sounds, that's how you spell it. Let's get it.
For the killing of Austin Metcalf, who died in his twin brother's arms after being stabbed in the heart. When he posts bond, he will have to wear an ankle monitor and cannot leave his parents' home without permission from Judge Angela Tucker. I like how they made her, is her name Judge? It says Judge Angela Tucker. Anthony's defense lawyers asked for the bond to be lowered to $150,000, citing his age and a lack of a criminal history. Prosecutors had asked Anthony's father, Andrew Anthony, why he could not use the more than $400,000 in donated funds for his son's defense to pay the original $1 million bond. Andrew Anthony told the court that he has no access to the donated funds and can't afford to pay his bond. Anthony's father was also questioned in court over an incident in the teen's high school back in February that involved an altercation assault. It's not clear whether Anthony was an aggressor, victim, or witness in the incident, which was handled internally by Frisco's Independent School District. This is where there were a bunch of fake stories. We don't know what's true, but this statement about a previous assault, we don't know what it is. Some have argued that the reason Karmelo was carrying a knife illegally in the school is because of previous fights in the school. No idea. And I don't want to speculate. Not yet. We can speculate maybe a little bit. I want to give you the quick updates in the news because the dude also lost his lawyer. They say his former lawyers, Billy Clark and Kim T. Cole, confirmed to WFAA Saturday that they will no longer be representing Anthony, while the Next Generation Action Network, a nonprofit supporting the teen, announced the legal change. An arrest report says a confrontation between the two star football players began when Austin and Karmelo, when he was sitting under another team's pop-up tent and told him to move. Now, I don't care for what they say over the Daily Mail pertaining to a quick snippet describing the event, because
like I was saying before, man, y'all go subscribe to my guy Tim Cass. This is the bond. This is the bond record right here. I mean, yeah, this is him going. This is the record. This is the incarceration thing, whatever you call it, of the Karmelo Anthony, man. And so he's a cashier. Bond, let me see. Oh man, they just slapped it. See how they just, golly, they ain't hesitate. Just I just charge him, not a ledge, just not a, you know what I'm saying, first, not second, not nothing. They just slapped him just with the M word. I guess that's how it goes when you do that. I'm trying to see where it say. You see fine, no fine, don't say anything about a fine. Yeah, see the date down there, April 2nd, 2025. So this just didn't happen. Oh, this may be something old record. Arrest record. Yeah, it's an old arrest record. That's what he's talking about now. It's like an old incident.
I know it's hotly contested, so I'd rather just give you the police report. Arresting officer Eduardo Cortés telling us what we saw happen, and then I believe there was one other officer. So there's two principal circumstances that are matter here, and of course the information for those who don't know. His name is Anthony Sincere Karmelo. I believe his middle name is Sincere. I don't know. He is 5'9", 130 pounds, black, age 17, single, Baton Rouge, and he's a cashier at HEB. He's a cashier at HEB. How about that? Charged with first-degree felony murder. black male wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and dark colored Nike.
Yo, let me see, because I think I'm about to read. I might read this out. Let me see. Which one is this in? Is this in my Chrome? If it's in my Chrome, extension, password. Nope. I was gonna have Snoop read it out. All right, so I'll read it out. It says, Staley School Resource Officer Cortez heard over the radio dispatch call out a stabbing call at David. Load it up. At David Kuykendall Stadium in Lane Frisco, Collin County, Texas. FPD call notes indicated that an athlete was stabbed. The suspect was reported as being a black male wearing a gray hoodie and blue sweatpants. I immediately left my office and ran across the Staley Middle School parking, 9627 Stadium Lane, Frisco, Texas, lot towards the southwest entrance into the stadium. As I entered the stadium, two high school age, that's exactly what it says. Two high school age students informed me that the victim was on the north end of stadium by the bleachers under a Memorial High School tent. I did not identify these students. Next, I proceeded towards the north end of the stadium on foot. As I got closer to the north end, I could see the Memorial High School tent with multiple individuals under the tent. Once I arrived onto the north side bleachers, an adult male who was on the track pointed out the suspect. I was not able to identify that witness. The individual that was pointed out to me was a black male wearing a gray hood, sweater, and dark colored Nike pants. The suspect at this point was on the track on the north end. There was a chain link fence that separated me from the suspect. I gave the suspect instructions to keep his hands up in the air. During this time, the suspect said verbally out loud, I was protecting myself. It should be noted that I had not questioned him about the incident when he made that comment. I asked him if he had any weapons and he said no. I patted him down for weapons while we were walking along the fence, and I did not locate any on his person. I instructed the male to continue walking along the fence, which he complied towards an area where there was an opening in the fence that led off the track. While walking him off the track, the suspect also said he put his hands on me. I then detained the suspect in handcuffed behind his back, and had him sit down on the ground. Officer A. Ricky had arrived on the scene at the time. I conducted another pat down on this person and searched his person after he gave me consent. No weapons were located while the suspect sat on the ground. I advised that
Nike pants. The suspect at this point was at the track on the north end.
Let me find my spot. I advised that I had the alleged suspect. That suspect then responds and says, I'm not alleged, I did it. Next, Officer Ricky and I walked the suspect to patrol vehicle number 2412. This is Officer A. Ricky's patrol vehicle, which was on the northeast gate of Kuykendall Stadium. However you pronounce that K word. Ooh, what a difficult stadium name. Kuykendall Stadium. As we were walking to the squad car, the suspect was emotional and said he put his hands on me. I told him not to. I did not question the suspect about the incident while he was escorted to the patrol vehicle. I searched his person once again, and I had him sit in the back seat, area driver's seat, patrol vehicle number 2412. While the suspect was in the back seat, I noticed fresh blood on his left middle finger. I verbally acknowledged that I saw the blood out loud so that it would be captured on my body-worn camera. It should also be noted that the suspect asked me, is he going to be okay, while he was in the back seat. I then identified the suspect. He provided his name and date of birth verbally as Karmelo Anthony, BM, with the date of birth blocked out, which I ran through FPD dispatch. Officer J. Hancock arrived on scene and remained with me on the suspects at this point. Karmelo was then checked via e-school database for FISD students to also confirm his identity. The identity information he provided matched the individual I had in custody, Karmelo Anthony. Next, I was advised by Sergeant Holland to transport the subject to the Frisco PD jail. Officer Hancock and I transported him to the FPD jail. Again, I did not question Karmelo about the incident. Upon arriving at the Frisco jail, Karmelo was escorted in the intake area. FPD jail staff changed him out into jail attire. I remained with the jail staff the entire time that he was changed over. Clothes that Karmelo was wearing was placed in the FPD paper evidence bag. The clothes remain in my possession from this point on. Upon Karmelo being placed into a jail cell, I continued to keep possession of his clothes. I returned to my patrol number 2412 along with Officer Hancock, which was in the FPD, which was...
It was a chain link fence that separated me from the suspect. I gave the suspect instructions to keep his hand in the air. During this time, the suspect said verbally out loud, I was protecting myself. It should be noted that I had not questioned him about the...
I keep on reading this.
I petted him down.
All right, y'all, let me see. I know. Oh, no, I'm not reading all that. We ain't reading all that. So basically, y'all get the gist of it. I'll be all day. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's just basically a rundown on that. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the story of the Kyren. Let me see. The other football player. The football player. They took the police on a high-speed chase and, you know, and his demise itself. Let's say demise itself. Yeah, man, it's been one sad story after another with these youngsters, man. I can't believe it, man. So let's get into Kyren Lacy, man. Kyren Lacy from Baton Rouge. He was a football player from Baton Rouge, and he got some situations going on. Let's first go and get into what he just recently did.
Criminal charges in Louisiana. Died.
Former LSU wide receiver who was facing criminal charges in Louisiana died during a police pursuit right here in Houston. Now here's what the Harris County Sheriff's Office is telling us tonight. It started after 11 Saturday night. Deputies with the Precinct 4 Constable's Office were called to a weapons disturbance. Apparently, Lacy was having an argument with a family member when he fired a gun into the ground. Now, by the time deputies arrived, Lacy had left. 20 minutes later, a unit spotted Lacy's vehicle and tried to stop him. There was a chase that went on for several miles, but ended when Lacy crashed along Aldine Westfield Road. When deputies were getting him from the vehicle, they found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. HCSO believes the shot was fired during the chase. We're told an autopsy will be conducted on Lacy's body. Also, the Civil Rights Division of the Harris County District Attorney's Office will review the results of the investigation once it's finished, which is standard procedure when a death occurs during an attempted arrest.
All right, y'all. So yeah, let's basically.
My work is easy because I use click.
That's what just happened. But let's get into why that happened. So the rundown is
at this point, even our grandma is using pad block. What's your excuse?
The rundown is this football player was basically from Baton Rouge, and he was doing real good. He excelled, you know what I'm saying? And apparently the situation came up one day where he was driving the car and he ran over a guy and he took the guy's life. And he was pretty much just sitting back waiting to go to court for that. Like, he was still playing football. He was still being able to, to continue doing what he does. But he was waiting to go to court for that. So while he's waiting to go to court for that, he's living his life, Lacy still continuing, doing what young people do. Ran into another incident where he ended up, which was this last incident. For some reason, he had an altercation with one of his family members or somebody, and he ended up releasing a weapon into the ground. This caused someone to call the police, which caused him to go on a high-speed chase when they tried to pull him over, which caused him to keep going, which caused him to take his own demise himself, basically. But it wasn't from the wreck, it wasn't from the chase. He had a weapon on him. And as he was ending the chase, he ended the chase before he ended the chase, if you can understand what I'm saying. Let's go and get into the story of what he did that caused him to be basically waiting to go back to court to, face the life that he took. Like I said, this kid, man, he doing a lot. You should have been in football practice, and you out here, just moving a little too fast. And Lil Boosie had just gave a statement that he was getting ready to go meet the kid. He's got a show that he's gonna go perform down there. So, man, that's sad, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. I think this is the clip right here. Let's see, this is crazy.
Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was found dead in Houston. Lacy was accused of a hit and run that left one man dead in Lafourche Parish back in December. A month later, he turned himself in and was released on bond. Lacy's attorney says a grand jury was supposed to hear his case tomorrow. The former athlete did declare for the NFL draft and was considered a first-round draft pick. According to reports including a post made from his dad, Lacy apparently died by suicide. In the post from his dad on social media, a warning to parents to check on their kids' mental health. He says their lives are changed forever, but the love in their family will get them through. And if you are in need of any help, it is available at the suicide prevention line. You can call or text. LSU also released a statement on the former wide receiver, saying they are saddened to learn of his tragic passing, and their thoughts and prayers are with the family as well.
Welcome to the Clap Back Show. I'm the one and only Big Silence, and this is the original Clap Back Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and the rest will amaze you beyond. Welcome to the Clapback Show. I'm the one and only Big Silence, and this is the original Clapback Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and the rest will amaze you beyond. Welcome to the Clapback Show. I'm the one and only Big Silence, and this is the original Clapback Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and the rest will amaze you beyond.
Yeah, so basically the story with him is, you know what I'm saying, he was playing for LSU, doing good with his life, and had a situation where I guess he ran over a guy or something, man, took that guy out, man, and you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play the story again because I had to step out, so let's get back into that.
As former teammates and coaches.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address.
A question we get all the time is, how do you do
I just played the ad, man.
And the way we do it is
another ad, man. Get out of here.
Former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was found dead in Houston. Lacy was accused of a hit and run that left one man dead in Lafourche Parish back in December. A month later, he turned himself in and was released on bond. Lacy's attorney says a grand jury was supposed to hear his case tomorrow. The former athlete did declare for the NFL draft and was considered a first-round draft pick. According to reports including a post made from his dad, Lacy apparently died by suicide. In the post from his dad on social media,
We've learned a former LSU wide receiver who was facing criminal charges in Louisiana died during a police pursuit right here in Houston. Now here's what the Harris County Sheriff's Office is telling us tonight. It started after 11 Saturday night. Deputies with the Precinct 4 Constable's Office were called to a weapons disturbance. Apparently Lacy was having an argument with a family.
Right here. This is when the situation occurred when the youngster, Kyren Lacy, I guess he was at one of his family members' house or something, and they had some incident kicked off, man, where he ended up having to fire a weapon into the ground, man. It's like he was just running from one bad look to another bad look. He just couldn't win, man.
Family member when he fired a gun into the ground. And by the time deputies arrived, Lacy had left. 20 minutes later, a unit spotted Lacy's vehicle.
So he pulled, after the incident, after he popped into the ground, he pulled off and left. So apparently, and somehow the police end up, somebody called the police. Man, you know how they go, man. Pulled up on him 20 minutes later. Well, you should have just pulled over. If this incident would have been over with, he talked about it. Nobody would have went to jail. He'd been good to go. But this is when we really got to check on the youngsters in our community. We got to start tapping their shoulder, man, and seeing what's wrong with them, making sure they're all right. Really, and asking them 20 times. Don't just ask them one time. You got to keep asking. Sometimes these youngsters be having stuff on their mind. You won't even know it, bro. They'll just be hovering and holding, and then out of nowhere, they pick one 5-minute time out of a day and just throw their life away. We ain't checking on them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't there. We ain't hovering over, making sure they good, and they ain't finna get ready to crash out. We ain't gonna know when they crash out. Y'all see what it say? It say crash scene, because that's what's going on now, man. Got a lot of crash scenes going on with these youngsters, man. It's serious, bro.
And tried to stop him. There was a chase that went on for several miles, but ended when Lacy crashed along Aldine Westfield Road. When deputies were getting him from the vehicle, they found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. HCSO believes the shot was fired during the chase. We're told an autopsy will be conducted on Lacy's body. Also, the Civil Rights Division during a police pursuit right here in Houston.
I'm gonna cut my mic off and then play it because I know it'd be echoing on my mic on.
Now here's what the Harris County Sheriff's Office is telling us tonight. It started after 11 Saturday night. Deputies with the Precinct 4 Constable's Office were called to a weapons disturbance. Apparently, Lacy was having an argument with a family member when he fired a gun into the ground. Now, by the time deputies arrived, Lacy had left. 20 minutes later, a unit spotted Lacy's vehicle and tried to stop him. There was a chase that went on for several miles, but ended when Lacy crashed along Aldine Westfield Road. When deputies were getting him from the vehicle, they found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. HCSO believes the shot was fired during the chase. We're told an autopsy will be conducted on Lacy's body. Also, the Civil Rights Division of the Harris County District Attorney's Office will review the results of the investigation once it's finished, which is standard procedure when a death occurs during an attempted arrest.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize my progress.
Y'all see how sad that is? How when you do that to yourself, man, when you just end it like that, they tell the story, and in less than 10 seconds, man, they move on to the next story. You gone. You forgot. You forgot about it, just like that. They'll tell everybody. It'll take about 10 seconds, and then boom, they on to the next news, the next story, man. That's why it's not worth it, man. It ain't worth doing nothing like that, man. Once you do that, you become a nothing, man. They try to hurry up and get you on out of you know what I'm saying? Out of the situation. They trying to go and get you out of the, man, you put yourself in a situation where they gonna fastly erase you. They're gonna erase you from information on the planet because you're not accumulating no new information. You have stopped. You just completely stopped. There's no more you. There's nothing else that got to do with you. Stopped. And nobody can do nothing with a stop. So you just throw it all away and you just give it all up, man. You had a whole entire career, bro. Whole entire career. Right there. Right in front of your eyes. And sometimes we still can't get the crash out. And this is what I mainly want to talk about. This is the main reason why I put this story in. What is going on with all these people high speed not wanting to stop their car? Why y'all don't want to stop your car, man? How many stories we gonna keep watching? Y'all think the more that y'all run away from the police, the better it's gonna get? Think they're gonna stop doing put them in the ditches? Down here, they got a law called put them in the ditch where if you on a high-speed chase, the police don't even have to waste 3 seconds. As soon as you cut the lights on and you decide not to stop, he can bump the back of your car and flip you all the way to Cancun. You fly through windshield, it's over with. You ain't no surviving it. Why throw your life away because you don't want to stop your car, because you just don't want to pull over. You know, we can hurry and fix our bathroom so y'all can stop coming back here and just make them our goddamn live stream. We can hurry up and fix our food. Alright, like I was saying, whatever I was saying, please tell me my volume is gonna be, it ain't gonna mute. Like I was saying, basically, if you don't pull over during a high speed chase, you only giving yourself one option only. You throwing your life away. That's the only thing you could be doing, because you just deciding you don't want to stop for whatever reason, when all you got to do is pull over, get out the car and run. You can just get out the car and run. Simple as that. You're making it difficult for yourself, man. And I don't understand that, bro. Just pull the car over. Pull the car over and get out. Because when you do something like that, man, not only is you endangering people that ain't got nothing to do with your situation, you endanger yourself. You're going to take yourself out. All you trying to do is get away from police, right? Are you trying to get away from living? You trying to get away from the planet? Or you trying to get away from the police? You trying to get away from you looking like you sane? You trying to get away from you looking like you not suicidal? When you do that, you are suicidal. You become suicidal. You just turn yourself suicidal in front of the whole world. You ain't never been diagnosed with no kind of nothing. Now you just turn yourself completely suicidal. You know what I'm saying? Completely. Oh. Yeah. You need to check that. I had to check on my. Man, yo, just sadly, it's nothing else to that. Like I said, now I'm just waiting on, we are waiting on updates. Just talk about what's tagged on, what else gonna be tagged on top of the fact that you done took yourself away. You done took yourself out. And once the last little 2 updates come, you gone, man. Everything you have and you tag to, man, everything you work hard for, it's gonna be piled up, it's gonna be locked up in a small box and given to your family for them to hold, for them to open up and look at over the years, you know what I'm saying? Until they, you know, all they have is coulda, woulda stories now. All they got with you now is coulda, woulda stories. You don't want that, man. You can't ever come back. You can't never change that coulda, woulda to an actual change. Now I'm doing this and I'm doing. You gone now. And when that's the last story we got on you. You didn't want to pull over, man. They're gonna say as if you didn't want to be a man. You didn't want to man up to your responsibilities. You didn't want to man up to your mistakes. You could probably run away on the field. You could run away on the football field. You might can get away on the football field. But man, you can't run away from the police, man. It's got to come to an ending somewhere. Somewhere it's got to come to an ending. It's got to come to a stop at some point. And till you figure that out, you're gonna be thinking just like this kid right here, man. I ain't gonna pull over. I ain't never gonna stop him. I ain't stopping for the police. Shit. They're gonna have to chase me. Yeah, they're gonna chase you down. Yeah, that's what you're saying? They're gonna have to chase you down, huh? Yeah, keep thinking that. But rest in love to Austin Metcalf. Prayers go out to him. Prayers go out to his family, loved ones, everybody, you know what I'm saying, that was tied into him. Everybody that was close to him, you know, he shouldn't have lost his life. It was careless. It was uncalled for. I have no excuses for Karmelo Anthony other than he's a young kid and he made a young kid dumb decision. But he's about to get ready to pay for that, and he's gonna man up and he's gonna take care of that like he's supposed to. He ain't got no choice. He didn't fight it. He didn't lie about it. He didn't argue about it. So my hat goes off to him for that. He manned up. He admitted it right there on the spot. My hat goes off to him for that. He didn't run. He didn't hide. My hat goes off to him for that. Karmelo showed a lot of man mannerisms. He showed a lot of adult mannerisms when he did what he did after the fact. I just wish he would have carried that same mannerism 15, 20 minutes beforehand. Then he would have figured out, I ain't got to stab this dude. All I got to do is walk off. If he would have been thinking like that, then he would have had the whole plate. But it don't do no good to have a majority of the plate and you got a fly sitting on anything that you got. Once you see a fly sitting on anything on their plate, any vegetable, any piece of anything you got put on their plate, once you see a fly sitting on one thing, what you do to that whole plate? What you do to that whole plate? Throw it away. It's gone, man. I ain't eating nothing that the fly been bouncing all on and laying eggs all on. And the fly probably ain't touched none of that other stuff. He probably just right where you see him at. That's probably on the spot he landed. But you gonna throw that whole plate away because it's tainted now. Well, that's what this man did with his life. The Lacy running away from the police. You know what I'm saying? That's what this young Karmelo Anthony did, man. Shanking this kid, man. Because you didn't want no hands put on you. You didn't want nobody touching you, man. Now y'all facing the consequences. So y'all face the consequences. Some of y'all, you can hear me. Some of y'all, you can't hear me. That's that other consequence. It's called afterlife. You don't want to be on it. You don't want to be on that list. So, man, y'all need to be trying to change it up for the good, man. Real talk. Because it ain't going to get you nowhere. But down there or back there. But this is your boy Clapback, man. I'm sliding out this thing, man. You know who it is, boy. You know who it was, boy. If you know better, go better. If you knew better, do better. Go get some cheddar. Yeah, what they tell? Man, get up out the bed. Go get that money and go get that cheddar. Go get that cheddar. We'll be hollering at y'all Wednesday. Alright.
What you fuck? What was you saying? Don't stop acting tough. Your partners ain't sliding. I guess you just had no damn boo-hoo. Now blow out his mind. I'm back on this money. She call it a grind. Put your life on the line. Look in his eyes, you can tell that he's scared, but they ain't ready to die. Gang get an order. Them soldiers don't stand by them 762s. They singing the